Hey everybody, happy Friday. Today is the 18th, so it is mile 18, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit nervous. We're getting so super close, and I think I'm ready, but I'm just ready to get there, but a little anxious too. So today, my intentions are for those that left us too soon. I've had people express to me before, don't you get tired of hearing the same stories? And, you know, sometimes you got to let it go and move past it. And, for me, it's not about moving past anything. It's about bringing those that you loved with you and letting our future generations know where they came from, where they evolved from, and who their family was. I think back, and I wish that I would have had the opportunity and the privilege to know my grandfather on my dad's side. He passed away when my dad was just a little boy, so I never got to know him or meet him. So I just had to hear stories about him. My grandmother Ruth, my dad's mom, was such a kind soul, and she would come down and visit us on holidays and things like that, and she always bought the coolest gifts. She'd bring like journals and pens and books, and I think to this day that really instilled in me a love for all things reading and writing. I mean, I'm sitting here now trying to, remember everything, and I got my handy dandy journal that I picked up not too long ago just because I loved it. The pages are just fantastic. My Aunt Anita, who is my dad's sister, miss her dearly. She was just such a sweet, kind soul, very artistic, and, just always full of joy and happy and laughter. And I miss her. I miss seeing and hearing from those family members. On my mom's side, which we were really very much a one big happy family, both of my grandparents, my grandfather and my grandmother, they were around every single day. They were just a part of who we were as a fabric. My grandfather, it's funny because the story that sticks out the most with my grandfather is that one time my dad was helping him with something, and it was out like in an alleyway, and there was some mud and whatnot on the ground, and my dad steps back, and my grandfather, in not so many words, says, "Hey boy, you feel something squishy under there?" And my dad says, "Yeah, Pops, it's kind of squishy down there." And he says, "Well, yeah, because that's my beep beep foot. You think you can get off of it now?" Those are the stories that make up your family. That's the greatness of it. My Aunt Sylvia, she would go with them to the Marine Corps balls and go dancing, and, she was beautiful. So all the Marines would line up. Was I there? No. I was not even born at that point. But I heard the stories, and I lived for those stories, and I love those stories. And those are the kind of stories when someone says, "Oh, you look so much like your Aunt Sylvia," that I cherish. My Uncle James, oh my gosh, God bless his soul. There wasn't a holiday that he wasn't telling a story. And man, oh man, he would tell, even if the story wasn't a good one, it would be great by the end of it, because he had a way with words that was just incredible. Absolutely incredible, and we would sit around and gather around him and laugh, and we'd hear the same story every Christmas and every Thanksgiving and every 4th of July. But there's something comforting about hearing those stories. My Aunt Enola, she would come at Christmas time, and she and my dad had a special bond. They would live it up at Christmas, and you know, those are the things you can't move past. You don't want to move past. Those are the things that you want to live on. Those are the stories you want your kids to tell their kids, even though they didn't know these people, or they didn't hear the story firsthand, or they weren't there to witness it. Love your families, love your memories, the good ones, the bad ones, and all the ones in between, because that's what makes a family. And in the end, I don't want to forget. I don't want to move on. I can move forward, but you can be sure that I'm going to bring them with me, because that's what the fabric of a family is. So mile 18, for all you that we don't see in presence here with us, but we do see in spirit, we love you. I know you'll be running with me, alongside of me. And we sure do miss you. Peace.